Welcome back, everybody, to your safe sport training for the 2022 on water season here at the Ottawa Rowing Club. The safe sport module is a new addition to our training this year in congruence with the Rowing Canada and Row Ontario safe sport policies that have been introduced over the past calendar year. So let's get going. Now, what is safe sport? Here at the ORC, we believe in promoting a safe environment for our athletes, coaches, officials, support teams, and spectators. We also believe in treating every person who comes through the club with respect and dignity, as we are an entirely inclusive space. Now, this does not limit itself to interaction specifically between coaches and athletes, but rather it includes all members of the rowing community at our club, including umpires, parents, volunteers, and anybody else. Now, the Ottawa Rowing Club's safe sport policy aligns with those from Row Ontario and Rowing Canada, which aim to ensure a safe and positive environment for all rowing programs, activities, and events by making individuals aware that there is an expectation at all times of appropriate and respectful behavior. Now, this is consistent with Rowing Canada's core values of physical and emotional health and fitness, individual excellence and personal growth, individual development beyond sport, inclusivity, and integrity. Now, the Ottawa Rowing Club supports equal opportunity, prohibits discriminatory practices, and is committed to providing an environment in which all individuals are treated with respect and fairness. Now, we strongly encourage all members, including crew representatives, coaches, and athletes, as well as their support teams, to read the full policies regarding the Code of Conduct and Ethics, which are all available on our website under the Safe Sports section, in addition to completing this training. Now, so what are the recent changes to safe sport here at the club? Well, Rowing Canada, Row Ontario, and the Ottawa Rowing Club now know that reducing conflict of interest by disclosing to an independent third party leads to a more appropriate concerns being raised. It also leads to better resolutions for everyone involved. Now, the club and the entire rowing community benefit by understanding where concerns are arising and how to make the sport better for everybody. What this is alluding to is the fact that if there is now a conflict at the club, the process for resolving that conflict is going to be including an independent third party. So this is not somebody that's affiliated with the club in any way, shape, or form, not a current member, former member, a board member, a coach, anything of the like. If you have an issue with something that happens at the club or something that falls inside the safe sport umbrella, we encourage you to reach out to our third party candidate who can help you resolve that issue from an impartial perspective. Their contact info available just in a couple slides and again on the Ottawa Rowing Club Safe Sport website. Now, there are a number of policies that make up safe sport, all of which are included in making our place of practice or our rowing facility a safe, inclusive, and enjoyable environment for everybody involved. These include our safe sport policy manual, which is available on our website, the Every Coach Certified and Volunteer Screening Initiative, our concussion protocol or Rowan's Law, our DEI policy, our whistleblower policy, and our workplace harassment policy. As it says at the bottom of the slide, all of these are available on the ORC Safe Sport webpage. Now, when it comes to safe sport, the most common practice that we are worried about is maltreatment. So this is any volitional act by an individual that results in harm or potential harm, either physical or psychological, of another individual. There are a number of actions that fall under this behavioral umbrella, so we're going to go through them fairly briefly, but you can read more about them either on these slides or on our website or the Rowing Canada Safe Sport website as well. So acts of maltreatment include any pattern or single serious incident of deliberate conduct to potentially harm somebody, either their physiological or psychological well-being, verbal intimidation or insults, acts that deny attention or support, deliberate conduct to push individual boundaries or boundaries that are identified professionally by Canadian standards. This can be in person, it can be in private, it can be electronically. There are a number of different ways that these boundaries can be crossed. Any targeting of an individual's sexuality, gender identity, or expression, any intentional touching of a sexual nature that is beyond somebody's comfort level or consent. Instances of neglect where people are denied reasonable care or attention. Any adverse action or retaliation for a previous act. or any act that is taken with the purpose of facilitating, promoting, or encouraging maltreatment of an individual. It also extends to interference of a safe sport process, failure to report one of these incidents, especially if it's an adult who's experiencing an incident with a minor, or we're experiencing an incident with an adult towards a minor, or alleging a false safe sport mistreatment. Now, all these things being said, what can we do when a situation arises? So we are inevitably going to see a situation arise at some point in the future, despite proper training and education, and the extent to which that circumstance can negatively affect a program and our club, it depends entirely on the response of our members. Should you have any concerns that you've experienced or witnessed, perhaps in maltreatment or any other ORC-related activity, we ask that you please contact Lise McLean. So she is our third-party independent evaluator of circumstance. Her email and her phone number are going to be posted on the ORC website. And for the time being, until there is a formal PSO or NSO-based third-party investigator, she will be our contact. So if you experience any maltreatment of the club, or you experience somebody else who's experiencing maltreatment at a club-related activity, we encourage you to reach out. It's better to reach out and have the situation dealt with independently than to have it left festered and potentially affecting somebody's well-being with respect to the ORC. Members can also reach out to the Canadian Sports Helpline. The phone number is on screen now. It's also listed on our Safe Sport webpage. We can also contact them via abusefreesport.ca. And if it's a crisis or something that's severe or involved with an adult and a minor, we ask that you call 911. Even if it's not an immediate emergency, something like this can be very serious, and we ask that you take the initiative to reach out. There is a whistleblower policy that makes sure that anybody that does speak up is not going to be reprimanded for it. At the end of the day, we're only interested in the safety and well-being of all of our members. If it's non-urgent, if it's something minor, you can also reach out to the Canadian Centre for Mental Health and Sport, to the Rowing Canada's Dispute Resolution Centre, to a personal or team doctor. And if you are under 18, we encourage you to reach out to Kids Help Phone. There are lots of resources out there. As long as you are using one and you find one that you're comfortable with, that's all that we're really hoping. If you want to learn more about safe sport, either at the ORC, with Row Ontario, or with Rowing Canada, or the Canadian Coaches Association, please check out the links below, or any of those respective organizations' website. I'm sure there will be a lot more content being delivered over the next couple of years. Now, that's the extent of our safe sport training for the 2021 season. I'm sure there will be a couple changes throughout the year and as we move forward, but thank you for taking the time to take this training, and we hope that you seriously consider some of what you learned today. All the best with your season ahead.